So let's talk about fear and anxiety because both have the ability to rob you of your financial future. It can keep you stuck in a job that doesn't pay good and you're not happy, even if there's a better paying opportunity. It can stop you from starting your own business by making you feel like an imposter. It can keep you out of the stock market, even if you're trying to catch up for retirement, especially with all the turmoil going on right now, guys. It can keep you on the sidelines waiting for a better day to get started investing. And guys, if you're feeling fear, it doesn't mean that you're a coward. It just means that you have to know which type of fear you're dealing with and how to get courageous and feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. We're going to talk about the 3 types of fear. I'm going to share a story with you guys that almost robbed me of the potential to earn more money. And I'm also going to share some tips on how to feel the fear and do it anyway. So let's take a look at the type of fears. So the first one is irrational fear. This is the fear that your body is alerting you to danger. This is the real fear, the meaning that if you don't change your situation, you can actually get hurt or even worse. And so for an example, guys, is if you're out in the woods and you see some baby cubs, well, you know the mother bear is nearby. And if you don't get out of that situation, you can suffer bodily harm or even worse. The second type of fear is ancestral fear. This is the fear that makes us scared of spiders, lions, bears, and it keeps us safe when we're out in the wilderness or out in Mother Nature. The third type of fear is the type of fear that holds people back. This is the irrational fear. This is the fear that your brain is trying to tell you to run, and there's really no danger, no imminent danger that's going to cause bodily harm. But yet the brain is so accustomed to routine, it likes the comfort of knowing and being in control. It's going to alert you that there is danger nearby. And this is what leads people to deal with fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown, fear of losing control. This is all real fear, guys. And this is the fear that stops people from pursuing things that they really want, even if it's going to improve their financial future. So why do we have these irrational fears? What is it that tells the brain that there is imminent danger, even when there's no imminent danger? Well, the truth is, guys, that as humans, we are geared and we love routine. You may call it a rut, where you go to work day in, day out, you take the same path home, you drive home safely, and you may call it a rut. But the truth is, that the brain loves routine. It loves being in control. It loves knowing what you're going to do day in, day out. And whenever you start making any type of change that's not routine, it throws up this red flag that, whoa, wait a minute, something's not right here. We are supposed to be doing this. It's 7 o'clock, and this is where we're supposed to be. So for instance, guys, let's say that you drive to work every morning or you drive home at the same time every time. Have you ever noticed that sometimes you may not even realize how you got home? You didn't even pay full attention to the drive, but yet it was like your car was on autopilot and you got home safely without even really knowing what you were doing. Or on the weekend, guys, if normally you make a right-hand turn to go to your job or to your call or whatever you're doing, if you do that every day, day in and day out, Monday through Friday, on Saturday, even though you want to make a left-hand turn, sometimes you find yourself making a right-hand turn. That's because your brain is on autopilot. It loves to know and be in control that this is what you do. And whenever you try to get out of your comfort zone, it throws up this flag. And this is what keeps people on the path of least resistance and avoid doing anything that takes them away from their normal everyday routine. Like I said, guys, you call this a rut, but the truth is our brains love it and it feels comfortable. So what do? Well, let me tell you a little story before I share with you guys on some tips on how to overcome the fear and do it anyway. So as you guys know, if you don't know, I actually just got a job. It pays better than the job that I have right now. And for the longest time, I went back and forth whether I should accept this job and even regretted it after I accepted the job. Because for one, I've been at my current job for a year. I know what it's like. I know what to do. I know the people and I get along with pretty much everybody, and it's just comfortable. I've gotten comfortable there. And so when I got offered this job, this new job, even though it pays more, I almost didn't take this job because of the unknown, because of losing control of what I know and getting out of my comfort zone. My brain kept telling me, wait a minute, maybe you're making a mistake. Maybe it's not going to pan out. Maybe it started giving me all these maybe scenarios and the worst case scenarios. While it's true that the job may not pan out, while it's true that I don't know what it's going to be like, the truth is it could actually be better than I anticipated. It could be one of the best decisions that I made. It's going to get me off my concrete floors that my feet right now are hurting. It's going to be better for my health. But the truth is, if I sat there and just dwelled on the worst case scenarios, it could have prevented me from accepting that new job or even moving forward and just staying in my comfortable routine that I have right now. So, how do you feel the fear, the irrational fear, the fear that's not going to cause actual danger to your health or your bodily danger? How do you actually feel the fear and do it anyway? Well, I don't know for sure, guys, but I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that have helped me, and you have to find what works for you. And there's tons of websites online that give you steps like on focusing on your breathing, meditation, speaking to other people. There's all types of tips on how to overcome the fear. But I'm going to share with you guys what has worked for me and what allowed me to actually accept a job that pays better. So, the first thing is that you have to get out in Mother Nature. For me, I love being out in Mother Nature, and walking just seems to actually relieve the stress or the anxiety that I'm feeling about anything. And once you get some exercise and get out in Mother Nature, you're going to notice that the stress or the anxiety or even the fear that you're feeling for whatever it is that isn't that that is that irrational fear that's keeping you stuck in the rut that you're in right now is going to fade away. And just for that moment, guys, you're going to realize that it wasn't as fearful as you think. The next thing is just to talk to friends and family, even your partner or spouse. They're going to, if they're supportive, and hopefully they are, they're going to tell you that, it's not as bad as you think. The only reason that you're feeling this irrational fear is because you're doing something different, something unknown, something you have no control over. And it's scary when you walk into the unknown, guys. We all love to have control of what we're doing. We all love to know what we're doing day to day. And whenever you're making any type of change, any unknown change, it is scary. And like I said, guys, just because you're feeling fear today doesn't mean you're a coward. It just means that you need to learn how to be courageous and feel the fear. And I want to share this one thing with you guys that I found online. And it says, if you expect to stop feeling afraid of the unknown, you'll wait forever. Being courageous doesn't mean you'll never feel fear, and feeling fear doesn't mean you're a coward. The true definition of courage is simply not allowing fear to stop you from moving forward. And that's what I think is so important, is that if you're feeling the fear and it's just irrational fear, once you determine what type of fear you're feeling, and if it is irrational fear, it's not going to cause you bodily harm, you have to know that feeling the fear whenever you're doing something unknown, new, or takes you out of your comfort zone is completely normal. You just have to learn how to move forward and do it. And if you're a goal setter or you're trying to achieve something, whether it's saving and investing or starting a new job, sit down and write down the pros and cons, because honestly, as you start writing down the pros and the cons, you're going to realize there's probably more pros to doing what it is that you fear and overcoming that irrational fear, because a lot of people let irrational fear hold them back. And this is the reason that most people, like I said, suffer from fear of success, fear of failure. And the truth is that we don't know what's on the other side. And while the grass may not be greener on the other side, you'll never know. And if it doesn't work out for you guys, there's no need to feel like a failure. That thing just didn't work out, whether that job wasn't as good as you thought it was going to be, or maybe that business didn't pan out the way you thought. I know it's easy to feel like a failure, and that's the reason that a lot of people don't make the change, because they're scared of what people are going to say about them. What will somebody think if I leave this cushy job or start this business and it just doesn't pan out. I'm going to feel like an idiot. But the truth is that that's what keeps a lot of people, the fear of failure actually keeps a lot of people stuck in the same rut because they're scared of what other people think. The truth is that we're going to fail at a lot of things in life. You can't go through life without any failures. And if you do, it just means that you never tried anything to have success. You just went down the same road of going to school, getting a job, and doing the same thing day in, day out without actually doing anything different, because that's what we're taught as society. We're scared of failure. We're always taught that if you go down the path of least resistance, you're going to have a good life. If you try to pave your own path, then that's where you're going to have resistance. And that's what a lot of people fear. But the truth is, guys, like I said, there's always failure in life. And just because you fail at something doesn't mean that you should have let fear stop you. Whenever we let failure stop us, means we're going to be too scared to try something different. And that's destructive fear, guys. You don't ever want to be in a position where you've tried something, you failed, and now all of a sudden you're scared to try again. That's where you stay in the rut forever and you continue doing something that you may or may not like because you're too scared to try something different. So I hope this video helps motivate you guys. I hope it gives you the courage to pursue something if you've been trying to pursue something, whether that's finding a better paying career or maybe getting invested in the stock market and trying to catch up for retirement, or whatever it is, trying to improve your finances. I hope this video will give you some tips, motivation to face the irrational fear and do it anyway. So anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments below, have you ever let irrational fear hold you back? And how did you overcome the fear of doing something new and starting something new, whether that was a business, accepting a new career, or just getting started investing in the stock market? Give us some tips down below, guys, because I think this will help out the community for somebody who's trying to improve their finances and trying to catch up for retirement, whether it's making more money, investing. Let us know, because I think that everyone deals with fear in some way, shape, or form, especially if they're trying to do something different. And I think that every little tip will actually help us move forward with something that's going to improve our finances or improve our life in general. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Click on that subscribe button so that you can be notified when I put out a new video. And until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.